While I was serving my mission, I found that the times when I was trying to be the perfect missionary, or whoever the people of this area wanted me to be the most, or who my companion wanted me to be, or who the mission president wanted me to be, that was when I was the least happy and when people gravitated and wanted to be around me the least. When I was being honest with them, when I was being myself and I wasn't trying to force myself onto other people, is when they wanted to spend time with me, when they wanted to see who I was and get to know me better. I found that it's so easy to get caught up in whatever's the most fun or entertaining at the moment, that especially in today's world, short-term gratification is just right there. It's so much fun and we really want it. But as I've learned to postpone that gratification and to work hard in the moment, I found that I enjoy that free time more and that I'm able to accomplish the things I want to accomplish. It's up to you how you proceed. But I truly do believe that you want to do better, and I believe you can. From what you've said so far, it sounds like you know that this isn't appropriate. And yet he seems to keep doing it. I don't know if this is the first time he's promised that or not, but the sad thing is in my experience, so often when people who do these kind of things promise they won't, they swear they won't, they end up keep doing it. So however you proceed, whatever way you want to take, your choice. I suggest that you set some serious boundaries and that you back those boundaries up. What those boundaries are ultimately going to be up to you. But if you let me, I'd love to help you set them. Say you drop out of school, you stop living at home with your parents, and you go do whatever you want. I'm a little concerned about what the plan is then. This kind of lifestyle, it hurts people, not only those around them, as you've seen with your parents who worry about you, as I'm sure you've seen with your friends, and it really hurts the people who do it. I'm sure you've been told a lot about all of the dangers of alcohol, and ultimately, it is your life. You get to choose what you want to do with it. I'm just worried that this is about what you're going to do to yourself and how this is going to hurt you. I'd like to try that last one again, actually. I found that a lot of things in life can be a lot of fun. Sometimes they're good in moderation, sometimes they're not good at all. But I found that when I let those fun things take over my life, that's when I stop having a life. That's when I stop progressing. That's when I stop doing the things I need to do, not to only feel fulfilled, but to also get food in the kitchen, have a roof over my head, and live to the next day. Things that are fun now in the present aren't always fun when we have to wake up with it tomorrow. Just like a hangover after drinking too much is no fun. However, sometimes the consequences are far worse. I know more than one time my grades have suffered because I was spending too much time on a video game or too much time on an audiobook. And I'm worried about what your access is doing to your life. There was a time on my mission. I hope you don't mind if I share a story here that I really hope that the principal will speak to you. But there was a time on my mission when I was down and depressed. I spent a lot of my days just lying down on my apartment floor, not doing anything. And I felt terrible. And I found that it wasn't until I started to change what I did that I started to feel better. I was really sad because we weren't getting people to teach, because the people we had been able to teach weren't going anywhere, because there was a lot of just difficulties working with that area, with a ward that wasn't very supportive, people that we had to interact with that were very difficult to get along with. And none of that changed. None of that was going to change, at least not quickly. But what I found is that when I decided that this isn't what I wanted my life to look like, when I got up the floor, started to clean my apartment, started to contact every day, to try to talk to somebody, try to go out, actually put an effort into my missionary work, I started to feel better. I started to be able to connect with people better. And what I learned from that is no matter how bad things are, and I can't say that I've ever had to go through something as hard as losing my spouse, but no matter how bad things are, the change to make our lives better, the change that needs to happen for us to live a happy life has to start with us. And it can start with one day at a time, little things here and there. It doesn't have to be one big thing all at once. Really quick, I just want to say I think it's truly remarkable, all the incredible progress you've made. And I'm so happy to hear that you want to keep that going, and I'm really excited for you. And I feel for you when you say that you're worried about how you're going to do this, keep this going moving forward. So one of the biggest suggestions I have is I found, both in my own life and through studying psychology, is that when we leave a void in our lives, that's when it becomes filled, and it's easy to fill that with old habits, old people, old friends. So what I suggest is that you find new friends and new things to do. Pick up a hobby, meet new people, connect with old friends who were a good influence on you. Some of them might even be overjoyed to see the progress and change you've made in your life. So let's talk about what you want your life to look like going forward, what you would like to see in your life. I'm so sorry you're going through that. It's truly remarkable how much you're able to do with the learning difficulties you've had. And I know that because I have dyslexia and I've struggled with speech too. So I know how hard it can be to feel good about yourself and to keep going. And I think it's incredible everything you've pulled off. Sadly, sometimes other people, though, usually there's something wrong with their own lives, and because of that, they try to tear the people down, or their heart isn't at peace, and they're angry at themselves and at others, and they take that on the people around them. And the first thing I want you to know about that is that when that's going on with someone, when their heart's wrong and they're taking it out on the people around them, that's never your fault. That's not your fault at all. And there are good people there. There are good people everywhere. It can be hard to find them. But I found one right there.